Are you looking to learn how to make felted jellyfish? If so, then you're on the right video because today I'm going to share with you everything you need to know to make these and more. Aloha! Hi everyone and welcome to today's felted jellyfish tutorial. My name is Iceland and I'll be your fiber artist host here on this channel, SnowflakeForest Felting. Here I share needle felting videos, tutorials, and more. So if you're new, please consider subscribing. And a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed since the last video. Now, to begin, I'm going to show you everything you're going to need to make these felted jellyfish. You're going to need your wool and then your tools here, so we'll get into these. If you're curious, you're looking at Aquata, Arista, and Andrina, the needle felting jellyfish kits that I have available. This is the one you're going to be learning in today's class. The nice part about having a kit like this is in this kit, you basically have everything you need to make it and extra supplies for making more if you decide you love it. And if not, then you're not super invested in needle felting either. So there's a handful of pencils here, about 6 or so. If you have the kit, I'll inform you here that when you pull this out, these are just strung on here very simply. There's no tie or nothing because I don't want to kink your fishing line. So there's 2, because remember you're making 2 jellyfish, and they're in 24 inches in length each. And then both sizes of paper clips. You might find you like working with one over the other, but there's enough to cap the ends of your pencils. And then some. The cool part, the needle. And remember, this is super sharp, so this is protecting it for you when not in use. And then your foam ball and the little foam felting pad. This is going to be for the dry needle felting, and this is going to be for the wet felting. Now let's take a look at the wool in the kit, or the wool that you're going to want to supply. A decent amount of white. There's sparkles, because you're going to add that to the outside, or maybe even into some of the tentacles. Glistening. Aquata is going to have most of this aqua color, lagoon. Some of the bright raspberry. Mountain is included, tarragon. I would say 2 or 3 colors is ideal for a jellyfish. A peek here up close at the wool colors in the other jellyfish kits. I really like the sparkles that I added into this one. And then these are a little bit more blue. Onto the items you're going to want to supply. Scissors. Note here to yourself, the trickiest part of this kit is cutting the jellyfish into your 2 pieces. Towels are a definite must because we're wet felting, as well as soap. And then the bamboo mat is totally optional. This will help felt faster. And don't forget, I'm gonna have everything you need to make these linked down in the description below, so don't forget to go and check that out later. Now, let's get to felting. Go ahead and put aside the scissors, fishing line, needle felting needle, and foam pad. You're going to want those the next day when the item is dry. You will want your wool handy next to the sink, as well as the bamboo mat and towels, soap, ball, pencils, and paper clips. The next best step is to proportion out your wool. You're going to want to separate it. You're going to be making about 8 to 9 tentacles. I've included extra pencils in the kits just in case. We'll start at some of the base for your jellyfish, and you can see here just taking it and wrapping it, it almost completely covers it. And I will tell you, key note here, when doing this, the more cobweb like you wrap this wool around the ball, the better it's going to felt for you. Notice how when I pull it apart it's very cobwebby. Along the top is the white part. I'm putting some of this aside for the tentacles. Alright, so make sure to note here that I pulled the wool out nice and long, didn't piece it apart, and just laid it for the tentacle pieces. And for the jellyfish, what's going around the ball, I went ahead and pulled it apart really loose, very cobweb-like. That will be key to going into the next steps. Take your ball, those white pieces of wool, and wrap it around it. And then hold on to all those pieces, then proceed to add on the next colors. Use both hands to hold them and place it on there together. This is the fun part, because you can be very specific about color placement, or you can kind of just let it happen. So you want to continue adding all the colors until it is thoroughly covered. Kind of move them around, mesh them up a little bit if you want. Once your ball is covered, you're going to want to take your warm water. Warm is key. It's going to help shrink the wool. I'm going to add some soap and turn this into a lather. Start by gently just kind of grabbing it, slowly shifting it around your hands. These fibers are going to want to interlock into each other. A little more water. Really saturating it. And then I just roll it around in my hands like this, very gently, shifting it. You're going to want to continue to give this friction until it feels all nice and secure. And now this is the part where I would recommend the bamboo mat to you. You can shift it down into your sink, or you can put it up along the side. I'm going to do mine along the side here so you can see what's happening. I'm going to secure it with my hand at the top, and then I'm just going to gently roll the ball around on the mat. Just going to help interlock those fibers. Now you're going to want to take the sparkles and add your sparkle layer around your ball. Same thing, I recommend pulling this wool apart really well. We'll want to finish felting this by gently applying that friction and rolling it around in your hands and along the bamboo mat if you chose to use one. Make sure to rinse it thoroughly and drain the water out of it. And don't worry if it looks still a little bit fuzzy. So now let's prepare for the next step. You have your ball drying, your pencils and paper clips ready, your tentacles laid out and nearby. A bit of water running, just warm. Go ahead and take the first tentacle and submerge it in the water until it's thoroughly wet. Now take the end of your wool, twist it with the very tips of your fingers. So once you've got that twist going at the end, you want to secure it onto the pencil with your thumb. You're going to want to continue that twisting. So see how the wool is twisting around itself? And twist it around as you go. So you're keeping that really nice and twisted tight. And almost as you start going with the pencil, then it'll start twisting the wool nice and tight for you. Don't let it kink. Keep going. Shift it down on the pencil. I'm so excited because like if you can master this, you're gonna like pretty much master anything wet felting. And I'm just gonna continue to twist that on. This is where the paper clips come in. However it'll feed on. It's okay if it bends a little. You want to use it to like secure the wool there. Then once you've done two, you can push them onto the pencil together, and that's good to set someplace to dry as well. So like I was saying, continue on and do this for all of your tentacles. I give you extra pencils so that way if you decide you really want to do a few more tentacles, fill it up, you have some supplies to do so. Twist the tip off. I kind of even like to just use the pencil. This does get easier the more you've done it. I've done so many, this is just like second nature to me. Something to keep in mind, if you have pets in the house and you go to set this aside someplace to dry, make sure you set it somewhere where a cat doesn't maybe want to claw it down and turn it into a toy. And now you can see here I have 18 tentacles in total. There's a reason I gave you a few extra pencils to do this in case you feel the need to do so. You can see like this one, there's 4 on here, this one as well, and some of the others they just have 3. And it truly does get harder to add them on like the 4 amount and holding everything in place. So you have to have a good grip. Alright, now you are to assembling your jellyfish in this class. So you're going to want the ball and the tentacles. There should be 18 or so because you're going to be cutting this in half and making 2 jellyfish here. The scissors you prefer to do this with, remember I prefer to use these. They are curved and very sharp at the tip. A little felting pad to protect your needles in the surface, your needle felting needle, and your fishing line to hang them. Before I begin to show you how to assemble your jellyfish, I wanted to share with you really quick what the other jellyfish are looking like at this point. So this is Andrina, this was Aquata and Arista. Fun color combinations. And then the tentacles. Don't mind these pencils, they're the kids. Ooh, and I love how these ones have the blue running through and the green in the lighter color. Very excited with how these came out, and I'll share those with you when they're assembled as well. I imagine you are excited to be trying this with a wool color combination. So be sure and tag me and share your creations with me. I'd love to see the combinations that you've come up with. Now, this is the most exciting part. We're gonna set the tentacles aside for a little bit longer. Definitely want to make sure they're nice and dry. You no longer need the towel at this point. Go ahead and remove your needle and place it into the foam piece very gently like that. Set it aside, as well as the fishing line. You can use your scissors here. I want to warn you here, this is a very big step to take. Thankfully, I've cut all my jellyfish in half. Only one, I feel like one half was a lot less than the other, but it still worked somehow. So you want to plan very well the line that you're going to want to cut for your jellyfish. I've decided my cut lines, so you're just going to snip in very gently. Don't have to go super deep. Continue to snip. And as you do so, you're going to begin to see the layers of your wool. You want to get to that white layer that you started with. And then once you get just past that, and see, you can see why this is why I recommend using the sharp curved scissors. You know you're into your ball. See, I can see part of that fabric there that's around the ball. Now once you have your start, it's a little bit easier to go in here. And you're going to want to cut it little bits at a time. And you can lift it away from the ball so you're not cutting up your ball. Kind of even get your finger in there to help guide you once the hole gets big enough, and cut it away. Okay, now go ahead, get in there, smash that ball around, pull the wool away, loosen it. It's going to help you cut your ball here in the end. You can tell it's loosening it. Now you want to continue to cut around the ball, just making short little cuts in either direction. Maybe going each little direction each way will help you cut it in half. Then you can take the ball out. Once you get to that point, that'll make it easier for you to cut the last part of it in half. Just like that, you have 2 jellyfish halves. Next, you can remove the paper clips from the pencils. And you're going to want to gently remove the wool tentacles as well. Now's the most fun part. You get to plan which tentacles are going to go on which jellyfish. That's going to be totally up to you. I'm going to do mine by color and length and curliness and all that. And you can pick a top and a bottom. So plan that out. So now I have the same amount of color in each, but I have an odd amount. Maybe you planned a certain amount. Again, this is going to be totally up to you how you want to do this. So there's that. And then you can go ahead and set those aside for a little bit. Now take those scissors again if you want. If your jellyfish is a little fuzzier than you'd like, you want to clean it up some, go ahead and just trim those extra fibers away. I want to leave some of these sparkles a little extra long on mine, but I do want to trim up the wool. You may prefer to do this over a trash can. Alright, once you've completed trimming both tops, it is time to finally assemble your jellyfish. I know you're excited for this. The final step, other than attaching the fishing line. So you're going to turn your jellyfish upside down, place it on your foam pad in the center like so. You're going to needle felt 1 jellyfish tentacle at a time. You're going to attach it into the center, and when doing so, you're just going to gently felt this right on here to the top. Felt at it from all angles. You can even kind of come back through the top some. You're going to want to be careful that you don't do it too much to the point where you affect your top. Just gently enough to attach it, like so. Alright, and then you can do this and continue on until all of them are attached. Center them around how you'd like. Do a little planning in your thought. I'm going to do the longer ones in the center and the shorter ones on the outside. A little tip here when you're felting these on, you can even slightly begin to attach the jellyfish tentacles on top of each other. So then that wool is felting together and attaching. So then it is all just kind of one solid attachment together between the top of your jellyfish and the tentacles. Once all the jellyfish are attached, them a little bit longer to make sure they're all secure. Once you're done with that jellyfish, you can set it aside, and you're going to want to do the same to the next jellyfish. And now for this last part, you can set the needle felting mat and needle away. And if you don't like any of the ends on your jellyfish, just go ahead and trim them. There's just a few here that usually I like to clean up a little bit. Alright, now you can clean up your area, put your needle away, and get your fishing line. Now take one piece of your fishing line and one of your jellyfish. Make sure the end has a nice sharp point, and you're going to thread it through. You're going to push it into the wool, and then once it goes through, you're going to want it to come back up through. So you're going to have to pinch the wool a little bit, and then again, make sure you're doing this nice and center there. So you notice how much better that wanted to go through. Loop it through, and just like that, you have a jellyfish. It's ready to be hung. Make sure you tie up a knot. And there they are, 2 needle felted and wet felted jellyfish. Now you know how to do both and are a fiber artist too, and have 2 needle felted jellyfish. And that's it. That's everything you need to know how to make felted jellyfish and be a fiber artist too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please be sure and hit that thanks button. Drop a comment down below, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, share these videos where you can. The support really does mean so much to me, and it's been so wonderful to watch this community grow, hear about and see all the things that you are creating too. Thank you for sharing as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy felting everyone. Bye!